Hello, everyone, and welcome back to BachMakers, presented by Good Time Media. I'm Wyatt. That's Lizi. No Michael today. He's still off Euro stepping in Europe. We'll put the clip in. He's having a grand old time across the pond, and we love that for him. We really do. But just Lizzie and I today. Lizzie, how we feeling? I know you're on the back end of a trip as well. What's
Yeah,
morale like?
it's low, but I'm pushing through.
Well, something to be excited about. We are officially transit. This is the transition episode. We're no longer in the off season. We're in the preseason. So we made it. We survived. Off season's never fun. Listen, like we'll get creative. We'll do some interviews, which are always fun. Love the people who came on the show. But we have a show that talks about a show. So I want to talk about the show. So today's episode is going to be kind of a mini little preview or just catch everyone up to where we're at. So a lot of people, maybe they're tuning in for the first time, or maybe they're like, who is Jenn? What's going on? So this is going to be everything that we know about Jenn and her season coming up. Let's also say this is, for those watching for the first time, very anti-spoiler show. If you spoil anything to any of us individually or on our public content, I'm not going to make a death threat, but I might. I might kill you. I might kill you. I might. It might happen. We'll see.
What if we implement blocking?
I don't want to block. I'd rather kill. I like
That's less. It's less hurtful than
one
killing.
one kill
Respectfully.
would stop the issue, to be honest.
Oh
Again,
yeah.
if we just like take one guy out, maybe here's what we need to do. We need a spoiler for hire. We need someone to pretend spoil something and then we like pretend execute them. Set the tone and then we're good. We don't have, that's how we beat the spoiler issue. Just one person bites a bullet for the rest of society. I think that's fair. Maybe blind draw. We put your name, my name, and Michael's name in a bowl. We pull one out.
Perfect.
That's fair. At least we
We'll
have
do
skin
it.
in the game as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so please don't spoil things as stuff starts to creep up, especially before our draft. So we are now entering draft season. Me, Lizzie, and Michael. We're getting ready to draft our teams. Get ready for another season. Hopefully, back-to-back wins for me. The wise gals will now be the wise guys. Lizzie, I don't know if you thought about. Are we keeping with Team Lizzie?
I don't know. Let me sit on it.
Okay, you can think about it for a little bit, and we'll see what happens with Bailey's Babes. But it's gonna be three. It's gonna be a good competition between us. But on top of that, we will also be doing a public league for the Batchmaker fans. For those who want to play along and compete with us, we will be announcing that in 2 weeks. So next week, just a little schedule update for everyone. We're going to be constructing the league. We're coming up with the rules, the point system, how everything's going to work. So if you have ideas for something that should be worth points during the season, something you want to see, you want to keep track of, let us know. We'll sit on it and we'll debate it next week on the show to see what our final point system is going to be. And yeah, we will offer a public league, good prize for the winner, and just an opportunity for us to compete against each other. So you're not just watching us play. We will still have two leagues. We'll have our in-house Batchmaker League, and we'll have the public Batchmaker League for everyone to enjoy. But yeah, other than that, before we get into Jenn stuff, Davia, not breaking news, just sad news. She was denied entry into Mount Rosemore. It was weird. It was a tie. They tied. So it was 50-50 on if she should enter or not. I made the executive decision to say a tie does not go to the runner and Davia is denied entry. Lizzie, what do you think?
I think that's fair. I mean, I would have liked to see Davia on Mount Rushmore, but
Mount Rosemore.
yeah, sure, Mount Rushmore. Sorry, my brain's still foggy.
That was fair. But yeah, I think if you're going to be voted on to such a distinguished honor of Mount Rosemore, I think you need more than 50%. I think you need to have at least not at least majority. That'd be my
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then we'll figure out that after the fact. But if you're tied 50-50, I don't think you've quite earned that spot. No offense, Davia. We love Davia. Everyone go watch that interview. It's fantastic. But yeah, so Mount Rosemore remains the same until we have future guests. It is Nick, aka Maria's dad. It is Zachary Reality. It is Justin Takes the Batch, and it is Dylan Barber. So congrats to 4 boys on Mount Rosemore, just like it should be, right, Lizzie?
I'm saying nothing.
it's I mean, it runs in the family of Mount Rosemores. Mount Rosemore,
I
Mount
guess.
Rushmore, bunch of dudes. Kind of makes sense, but who knows?
Shout out to Greer being the first girl on Mount Rosemore, though.
Yeah, she did. She was on there first. Got voted off pretty quickly, but she was on there.
She was on there.
All right, let's get into it real quick. Again, this will be a quick episode. Jenn's season of The Bachelor. Who is Jenn? Why is Jenn? What is Jenn? How is Jenn? So, Jenn was eliminated on Joey's season. And I don't know what week it was, but
Top 6.
Week 6?
It was when they were in the mountains.
They were up in the mountains, chilling.
It was the top 6, and she went home.
And then the ones before the final
right?
5.
No. Yeah.
Because in the final 5 were Maria, Rachel, Kelsey, Daisy. Who was the 5th? Was Jenn that 5th?
Hold on. Did Kelsey T go home 6?
It could have been. I don't know. Well, she went home around that time.
She went home in the limo.
She did not make it to hometowns. She did not make it that far.
Yeah, so it was Kelsey, Maria, Rachel, Kelsey A. So it was Kelsey A and Kelsey T.
Oh, Kelsey T beat? Circles beat Jenn? Or
wait.
It's crazy that this happened 4 months ago and we just totally forget what happened on the season. It's such a blur. Once we enter like season mode, I become a different animal. And then once you get out, it's like a blur.
Didn't he send like both of them home?
Oh, it probably was the same day. Yeah, it's probably the same week.
I think it was the same week.
Okay. So that was probably it. Well, anyways, she went home. And then to a lot of people's surprise, at the finale, she was announced as the Bachelorette. A lot of controversy around this. A lot of very clear, not misdirection, but indecision on Bachelor's part. They couldn't really make up their mind, or once their mind was made and they settled, I say settled, not in my terms, but their terms, settled on Jenn, they made it very clear to America that she wasn't choice number 1, which we've yelled at them for countless times. It's very dumb how they handled it. They made it very clear that they asked Daisy and they asked Maria beforehand, and then they got to Jenn. I think we're past this now. This can be the last time we talk about it. Very dumb that they did that. Whatever. We're all very excited for Jenn, though. Jenn is probably in the best position to really have a full experience during this season. Maria is a star of her own, obviously, and then Daisy is dating our boy Thor, God of Thunder. So I'm very excited for Jenn. I think America is starting to turn in that direction, as they should, but we have to note the background of it all. The season starts July 8th, a few weeks out, 3 or 4 weeks away. We will be drafting in, what did we say, 3 weeks? 3 weeks. Our draft will air the 24th. Mark your calendars. It's going to be a good one. And then the only other stuff we have about Jenn before we get into the guys and their new setting is she is the first Asian Bachelor, which is very good. Very important to note. She is 26 years old, so we'll keep that in mind when we look at the guys. And her promo shoot. Lizzie, we haven't talked about this yet on the show. What do you think about the promo shoot? Because I feel like it was very divisive. People have been either all in or all out on this promo.
Okay. I like it. I think it's different, it's refreshing. It kind of just, I don't want to say it like gives a new era of the Bachelor and Bachelorette franchise, but it kind of does feel like that. And I think they were leaning into something different just because of how like divided everyone was like when she was announced, that they're like, we're just gonna like try something new. Which I think it works. I like it. I think it's fun.
I'm kind of in that boat too. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. And then immediately I hopped on TikTok and I saw multiple people shitting on it. And I was like, wait a second. Is this not fun? I was questioning my own idea of fun. I was like, this is a cool thing. I enjoy this. I had fun with this. They're very clearly having fun with the show, which is what the show should be. It should be fun.
Yeah.
It should be entertaining. It doesn't have to be this so serious like pressure cooker, and that's where you get the craziness of it and the like the vitriol and all the hate and all that stuff. It's like, let's just enjoy this. This seemed like they were having fun with it, which I want to note. I watched um Trista's season of The Bachelorette. You can watch my full reaction. It's up on our YouTube channel. And the overall takeaway, it was a very boring season, which
Was
I'm
it really?
shocked because I expected a lot of drama, a lot of fireworks, and there was not. It was just so basic. And I guess since it was the first of its kind, that's probably why people
Yeah.
gravitate towards it so much. But it's so different than the show we have now. So different. Um, and I think we're leaning into a good part of it. I like there's a new head producer or whatever that's been taking over the last year, I think. So that's why you see a lot of big changes. And I'm optimistic. I like the promo. I think she's set up for success. But as we know, a season all depends on the guys. So
Hmm.
we're going to do.
I do have another thing for you.
Oh, what you got?
My only real critique was I don't know how I felt about the plush stuffed animal, like the plushes of like the guys in the claw machine.
Were there plushes
I
of the
thought
actual
I thought
guys?
that was a little tacky. Yeah.
Like they look like the dudes? Let me see this.
Yeah, I mean they just look like dudes, like generic dudes.
Oh, I have no problem with that. That's funny.
It just I don't know, it felt kind of tacky.
I mean, yeah,
But
I think it is. The whole thing is
overall I really
tacky.
did like it.
It's fun tacky.
Yeah.
It's playing into the joke. Like it feels tongue in cheek. I don't think it's meant to be taken seriously at
That's
all.
true.
And I think that's the people had issues with it. They're like, this looks so corny. I'm like, that. Yeah, that's the point.
Do you think they did that because of the Gen Z element?
How she's like, no, I don't think they thought that deep of it. I mean, she is very young, and I I would argue spunky. I think that's the word I want to use to describe Jen. I think she's a
I
spunky
like it.
gal.
Yeah.
I think she's spunky, and I think the promo fits that. I think they know who Jen is. She's gonna be like. I think that sets the tone for what this season's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a very, very fun season. I don't think we're gonna get Clayton. I slept with all three girls. My life is over. This is the most dramatic thing. I don't think we're getting that. I think we're gonna get very, very fun, which
Yeah.
is gonna be that's good for everyone. I think it's entertaining. So we'll see. But I overall big fan of the promo. Oh, also before we get into the guys, it's been noted and said a lot. The season is not taking place at the Bachelor Mansion. What? How tied are you to the Bachelor Mansion, Lizzie? Do you have any like? Are you mad that it's gone? Do you care? Where do you stand?
Wyatt, I can't say that I care in either way.
I agree. Oh, I don't know if there's any. I don't know really if there's a side that people are pissed about this, and I think the reaction that people aren't pissed about this probably answers the question. Um,
100%.
I don't think anyone really cares,
No.
and I'm glad they're experimenting with it a little bit. The Bachelor Mansion is iconic, but you can have some fun with it. It sounds like what they're doing is they have week one at this resort, and then immediately they go international, and then they just
I like it.
travel, which I'm in on, but I would like maybe a little more domestic travel.
Yeah.
Like do something in the States first before you just go abroad. Like the
Well, I
first,
feel like that's expensive too to like
yeah,
just go totally abroad with what 20 something guys
yeah.
after night one.
Which I wonder if like how expensive was the Bachelor Mansion to rent out? Like, is that how big the budget was, and now they can just travel abroad immediately?
Can you imagine?
Crazy. But yeah, I would like to see a little more domestic travel, just because the first two seasons I watched, the first Bachelor and the first Bachelorette, their first group date just straight to Vegas, hopped on a plane and they just gambled. It was crazy.
Are you
No, it
serious?
was so crazy. They just gambled away. It was like, all right, what's our date? What's our romantic setting? We have this show created for love. Let's go to Sin City, roll some dice, and try to make some cash. Like it was crazy. I don't know why they did it, but it was kind of fun. I would love to see Jen just take these guys to Vegas, and then some true colors would come out there if you spend a
Oh,
night in Vegas.
100%.
So
100%.
it wouldn't be a bad idea. Um, but yeah,
Bring
that
it back.
it sounds like that's the plan. They're gonna go travel almost right away. So, R.I.P. the Bachelor Mansion. Sad to see it go, but no one really cares, to be honest. So, anyways, the announcement today, big announcement, which before we were prepping for this episode, we would cut it off now, but now we have an official cast list, which I have secretly avoided all day because I want to blind react right now. And let's see who we have. So I'm going to pull up, shout out to Bachelor Data, who's a friend of the program, has been on here before. I think she does the best job of putting it all together into one Instagram post. So, Lizzie, you've looked at these guys a little quicker or more than I have. Anyone jump out at you?
Okay, so I the one that really stood out to me at first was Marcus.
Let's look at Marcus. Where's Marcus? Oh, 31 Army Ranger. Oh, thank you for your service. 800
Yes.
under 1,000 followers.
All of
Retrograde.
these guys have like under maybe 5,000
Oh, these are a bunch of no.
top.
Oh, wait, no. Our boy Sam Najad, entrepreneur, has 160,000.
Okay, so not Sam. I didn't really look at his Instagram.
But yeah, the rest are kind of nobodies.
I also really like Brett. I feel like
Brett.
he just looks like a big softy
Oh,
teddy bear guy.
oh, stop it. Brett. I love Brett. Yeah, no, Brett, immediately my favorite.
Hmm.
Immediately, I want to hang out with this guy. I want to crack a beer with this guy. I feel like he has the best laugh of all time.
100%.
Oh, his laugh's gonna be awesome. I can hear it now. Uh, yeah, that's incredible. I don't want to go too deep into these guys because we will have PowerPoint presentations in 2 weeks. So
I also really like Mose and Jeremy for her.
Jeremy,
Like
Jeremy looks way too
just like
much like the
seeing them.
first Bachelor. Mose is quite the name.
It's
There
kind
are
of
if you gave me 2 billion guesses on what Mose's profession was,
you wouldn't have guessed.
I would not have gotten that right.
Nope.
There's no way that dude's teaching y equals mx plus b. Did I get that right? Y equals mx plus b. That's like the slope equation.
Yeah, slope.
I mean, yeah, there's no way. Moses dropping triple doubles.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Actually, not Jeremy. I lied.
Yeah,
It was the other J name, Jahan. 28. He is a startup
I
founder.
can't stop looking at Brett. I can't stop looking. I love
Brett is
Brett.
literally. I just love him.
I just want to hang. I just want to.
Yeah.
I want to play cornhole with him. Oh yeah, he's gonna be. I want him. What? I'm gonna cry when he goes home. I'm gonna cry.
What? Okay. Well,
What are the age? Wait, what are the age groups?
here's the thing. If he goes home, Brett for Bachelor.
Done. I'm in.
Hmm.
Let's start it now. Let's start it right now.
This is my public campaign,
Okay, wait. Let's do a quick.
and then I will apply for the season.
Yeah. let's do a quick age look. So she's 25, just turned 26 ish.
Yeah.
Almost all of these guys are a few years older. Besides Mose is 25, John's 25,
Who's the one that's 24 that I said?
Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan's 24, and
I
he's a
mean,
med student.
oh, that's right up Jen's alley.
Hmm.
Right up Jen's alley.
Hmm.
Um,
Although I don't know if I would want to date somebody in the same profession as me, like medical wise.
you're
Like if
what?
I was in that shoe, just because like I know
Yeah,
they would both be working like weird hours, night shifts.
yeah, but I feel like you see a lot of like doctor couples.
Yeah,
So maybe there's something to it. Yeah, I don't know if I could date another podcaster. That'd be strange.
it'd be really weird.
What'd you do today? You just talked all day.
Well, we just yapped. What
Just
about you?
literally yapped. All right. Yeah, decent looking group. Again, we will have full breakdowns of each one of these boys. We will tear them apart shred by shred. In 2 weeks' time for presentations, PowerPoint presentations. I'm gonna start working on mine tonight. We're gonna divvy up the guys. 1/3 for me, 1/3 for Lizzie, 1/3 for Michael, and that'll be Michael's first return episode too, back from his abroad trip. So we'll get
Oh, he's gonna come out swinging.
I know. I feel like. Do we think it's gonna change him? You think he's gonna be a different person? I'm a little worried.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna try out a new haircut or something. Like middle.
Are
I
we?
could. I wouldn't be shocked if he comes back and he has like a middle part.
I don't even want to try to imagine that.
I'm doing it right now. It's not fun.
Mm-mm.
It's not fun.
Mm-mm.
But he's gonna convince us. He's like, dude, everyone's doing it now.
No, like you don't understand. This is
Yeah,
it
this is
in
in.
Europe.
Like it's just.
This is it.
It hasn't made its way over here yet. Like I'm months
I'm
ahead.
going to start it here.
Oh man, yeah, he's gonna be one of those guys who's like every 5 seconds. He's like, remember when I studied abroad? It's like, dude, you just went on a trip. You're out of college.
Hey, you guys
Unbelievable.
remember when I Euro stepped in Europe?
It's true. He did do that. He did hold up his end of the bargain. He said he was going to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and he delivered. All
I
right.
did.
Well, I think that really catches us up to where we are now. We fast forwarded past the last couple months, and we are here. Gen season has arrived, and the preseason pre-draft process begins. So, Lizzie, anything else you want to add before we wrap up for today?
I can't say I do. Did you want to read that article?
Oh my gosh, yes. I totally forgot about that. This is one of the greatest pieces of literature I've ever seen. So, as I was doing research to find out more about this new Bachelor Mansion, um, even though there isn't really a new Bachelor Mansion, they're just kind of using a resort and then going abroad. I want to give a huge shout out to Julia Gwynn, who is a staff writer at the. I want to get this right. I want to make sure I have the high school right. What's ACH High School? ACHS. Oh, Alexandria City High School.
Okay,
All right.
perfect.
So I want to give a big shout out to Julia Gwynn at Alexandria City High School for writing my favorite article I've ever read. So she wrote a April Fool's article on April 29th. It's not April Fool's Day. She said, breaking. ACHS is to be the new Bachelor Mansion. Next season's Bachelor is ready to find his forever bride. What better place to do that than ACHS? She goes on to write a full-length article describing how The Bachelor would be hosted at her high school with a bunch of, I'm assuming, inside jokes amongst the high school. I bet this killed. In the hallways.
Oh, probably.
Like, rather than arriving in a limo, all women must park in the Chinguapin Circle, which and enter door number 36 for their highly anticipated first impressions. Which I'm
Oh,
assuming, again,
yeah.
everyone who goes to this high school knows what they're talking about. We have no idea. All
Sounds awesome.
all women must walk through the metal detectors before meeting the Bachelor, and of course, scan using the Minga app upon entry. Screenshots will not be permitted. Following every rose ceremony, the school activity bus will be parked outside of door number 1 to pick up any women who are sent home. Every episode of previous Bachelor seasons has fun group dates. However, we here at ACHS have decided to put our own spin on the tradition and split the group dates into A dates, B dates, C dates, and D dates. Again, I feel like I'm just like not getting the joke and I'm not
No,
supposed to get it.
that probably is like when you were in high school, did you guys have like A, B, C days, like, or did you just do all
No, but I know
7?
we didn't have a block schedule like that. But
Okay, because like when my high school we did block scheduling, so like that just kind of sounds like that would be that.
this I love this. It says if he's feeling indulgent, Mr. Bachelor could even walk his date over to the Bradley Shopping Center where the pair can dine at the popular yet tasteful McDonald's. This is incredible. I just want to spotlight Julia Gwynn. I hope she's a BachMaker somehow. I hope she's gonna see this at
Bring
some
her on
point.
the pod.
I would Julia, open invite. Open if you want to come on next week. I want to find Julia. I want her to come on the show. This just made my day reading this article. It's so good. I'll link it if anyone wants to read the full thing. It'll be in the description. Shout out to the Julia. Shout out to the Theogony is the name of the paper, I think. But shout out to them. That it made my day. So Julia, we'll find a way. We'll get you on the show. That'd be fun. That would be
Please.
really fun.
Please.
But all right, that about wraps us up. That catches us up to present day. And then next week, again, we are going to be laying out the rules for this league, this public league that you guys will be able to participate in. So if there's something you think deserves points, if you think physical touch deserves a certain amount of points, if you think a hug, a kiss should be worth more points, less points, a rose, getting the first rose that is shown on TV, something like that.
Oh, that would be a fun one to be added,
Yeah,
actually.
stuff like that could be fun. So any ideas you have, please comment, let us know, and we'll figure it out on next week's show. But anyways, thank you guys for watching or listening, wherever you guys are, and get ready because we are full steam ahead for Jenn's season, and I could not be more excited. So thank you. We will see you guys next week, and yeah, stay safe out there. Peace.